And joining us now is Republican Congresswoman Monica de la Cruz, who represents the 15th Congressional District of Texas. That district includes a region of South Texas right along the U.S.-Mexico border. Congresswoman, thanks so much for joining us. You have been harshly critical of the Biden administration. What more should it be doing as May 11th looms?
Well, look, Biden's reckless open border policy has caused a catastrophe here in South Texas. And just to give you an idea, in the last 2 weeks of April, in the RGV sector, the Rio Grande Valley sector, which includes Texas 15, we have seen 30,000 illegal immigrants crossing our border. And of those 30,000, 20,000 of them are assigned just to Brownsville. Now, what many people don't realize, if you could compare the situation, is in September of 2021, we had the Haitian migration, where there was close to 20,000 in September. We're already to capacity here in the Rio Grande Valley, and that's because Title 42 hasn't even been lifted.
So what is it, though, specifically? I mean, you and many others are sounding the alarm on the border about this impending explosion of a number of people crossing the border and how untenable this situation is. Big mayors of New York and Chicago are joining you and saying, this has got to stop. But what specifically do you think Biden should do, especially given the fact that Congress hasn't acted in almost 2 decades?
Well, the House Republican majority has put together one of the strongest border security and immigrant packages, safety packages, that's ever been put, and we will vote on this package next week. What the Biden administration can do immediately is sign that legislation to law. And what that will do is not only keep the immigrants who are being fed false information, keeping them safe, but it will also keep our borders and our nation safe as well. And he needs to sign that into law immediately.
Well, first it has to get approved by Congress. It has not yet been approved by Congress and by both houses. And the House Judiciary Committee did approve this Border Security and Enforcement Act a few weeks ago. It would ban asylum for anyone crossing between the ports of entry, even if they're children, young children, and would also greatly restrict the number of people who can even ask for asylum fleeing persecution. Do you support that?
Well, I can tell you this package is a humane package that will help not only secure our border, but keep immigrants safe. Right now, the cartels are exploiting those immigrants with human trafficking, sex trafficking, child trafficking. We see it not only here on the border, but in our big cities of Houston, Dallas, San Antonio. And what this is going to do is send a strong message to all of the people around the world that we want them to come to America in a safe way at our ports of entry. And that's why I believe next week, when this package is put on the floor, it will pass.
You do think it will pass the House? Do you think it has any chance in the Senate?
I believe that. Well, I can only talk about the House and how Speaker McCarthy has brought together several groups within the big, large tent of the Republican Party.
Okay.
We've talked about it. We've debated this package, and I believe it will pass.
Representative de la Cruz, thanks so much. It's really important legislation. Congress hasn't been able to pass it in almost 20 years, so this would be a big thing if they do. Thanks for joining us. I hope you'll come back. Coming up,
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.